Welcome back to the channel. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let this plane pass. Welcome back, y'all. It's me, your girl, Soulspiration. I'm back. I said I was gonna go live on Sunday, but they had me doing so much. Hey, you missed you. Hi, Lil D. Hey, y'all. I said I was gonna go live on Sunday, but I didn't. This is just how my hair looks. This is mine. All natural. No chemicals, no straightener, no add-ons, nothing. Just I woke up like this. Thank you. How your day going? It's better. I had an emotional day, but that's kind of what this video is about. It's about life lessons. Exactly, woke up like this. How's everybody else's day going? What was the tea today? Hey, Billy. I've been here. I think you've been a little bit MIA. I've been going live. Lil D and Preston can vouch. My weekend was good. Did Earth Day, which I meant to go live for, but they had me doing so much. I got in some trouble over the weekend. Uh-oh. What happened? Preston? Are you Chinese? What? Do I look Chinese to you, person? Beautiful queen. Thank you, Jamal. Appreciate that. Someone just asked me if I was Chinese. You know, it's so interesting. Depending on how I wear my hair, people ask me if I'm a lot of things. You know, there are some Filipino people in the mountains of the Philippines that do kind of look, they have hair like this a little bit. Maybe that's what he means. You look like you lost some weight. I do. That's a good sign because I did the military diet. So if you can see it, that means it worked. I'm gonna do it again. Hi Mahesh, thank you. I look Chinese depending on the time of the day. I could go into a whole genealogy lesson about why some of us look like that. I can't even say us because I don't think I look Chinese, I think. But I can see how you are mistaken for that, Preston, sometimes. Hello, my name is Anna. I'm originally from Indonesia. Where are you from? Hello, Anna from Indonesia. I am from the US of A. My channel is about personal development, spirituality, and girl talk. So check out my content to see if it's for you, girl. Because I'm that girl for the girls and the guys. You need a nose ring plus tattoo in your neck? Oh, heck no. Hello, Jalok from Bangladesh. I'm from US. You look good, woman of God. Thank you, Martin Show. You know what inspired me to wear my hair all natural? Earth Day. I was like, what more natural than to wear my hair natural on Earth Day? Like earthy, you know, just like the vibes, earth vibes, Earth Day. Actually, Earth Day is tomorrow, but the Earth Day celebration. Hey, Shari. How are you? How was your Easter? No tattoos. I know. I would never do on my neck, especially. That person is crazy. Thank you, Shari. Yeah, I've just been wanting to rock the natural. What you eating? So I'm eating something kind of interesting. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's really good. It's steamed cauliflower and broccoli and green beans and like this vegan Italian sausage with salsa on top. It's delicious, honestly. I just kind of threw everything in one pot and just. Okay, Shari. Yeah, it's good. Thank you, Simara. I got tattoos. Is that bad? No, tattoos isn't bad. He just said I should get it on my neck. And I'm like, if I got tattoos on my neck, that would like completely change how I look and how I'm perceived. And like, don't get me wrong, it probably would look kind of badass. I'm not gonna lie, but there's nothing I can think of to put on my neck. Like you have to really know exactly what you want for it to be on your body, especially in your neck. What's on your neck, Preston? My boyfriend and grandma. Whoa, I'm so sorry to hear that. Tay Tay fan. I'm sending you peace. You have to have peace. I can't speak to that, but yeah. When I'm done chomping on this food, I'm gonna go in on the topic of this video, but we'll do a little small talk for now. It's hard to get to the point as I'm stuffing my face. Someone said they can tell I lost weight. And that makes me happy. I forgot how good cauliflower was. I forgot how good cauliflower is. So what did everybody do for Easter? Was the event good? Yes, it was good. They had reggae concerts. You guys know who Big Mountain is? It was reggae performers, West African drumming, hip hop dancing, Brazilian samba. It was good. Vendors, food. It was also 420, so a lot of people were smoking. Oh yeah, you didn't really say like how that altercation even came to be. Like how did you guys even get into it? Like did I miss the what you said? In Chicago, there's always drama out here. Ah, South Side Chicago, hence your name. Gotcha. I remember I told my mom I wanted to go to Chicago, and she was like, oh, "No, don't go to Chicago." Mind you, she's never been, but she just heard things. But it seems like a pretty touristy spot. Like maybe not certain neighborhoods, but I want to go see the Bean, you know, and stand in that glass building with the city up under, and get a Chicago style hot dog and deep dish pizza downtown. Okay, yeah. I mean, I was planning to stay where it's happening, you know, watch the fireworks at Lake, because isn't there like a spot where it's like part of like Michigan and you can see fireworks? That sounds so romantical. Baby, do you remember when fireworks at Lake Michigan? Cause I'm coming home again. Mm-mm-mm. Sounds like fun. I like to go in the summer. In the summer. Yeah, that makes sense. I need to go in the neighborhoods. That's where all the drama is. We don't have time for drama. I don't really know anybody out there anyway, so well, you. Whew. I inhaled that food. So, what did I want to get into today? Well, first off, sorry to hear that, Preston. A part of me does need to know though, like, what did you instigate? Did you make fun of his height? Like, what did you say? Because given his, my intuition tells me, not that you were the culprit, but what role did you play in that situation? Excuse me. I wouldn't be me if I didn't ask these questions. Hmm. Oh, gangbangers. Okay. That's different then. I was in my car and he hopped out. And that's where it went left. Why did he hop out the car? Preston, what are you not saying? I'm not trying to blame you. I'm just trying to figure out like why you're in your car minding your business and he hopped out. Like, is that how it is out there? Oh, you know what? That sounds about right. You know why? Let me tell you why that makes sense. Mind you, I've never been. So I was in a grocery store parking lot. Mind you, I'm in Southern California. It's a sunny day. It's about maybe 3 p.m. It's probably a Saturday. And you know how you're waiting in a parking lot aisle for a car? Like, this is the aisle, and there's a car that's gonna back out so you can take the spot. I'm waiting behind a car that's about to back out of a diagonal spot so they can drive off so I can pull up and take it. There's a car behind me that's like honking at me. Mind you, I'm off to the right of the freaking parking lot. I'm like, go around. Like, what are you even doing, right? I even have my hazard lights on, which means go around. Well, at least out here it does. They're continuously honking at me. And I'm like, okay, clearly you don't know what hazard lights are and you can go around. But since you don't get it, I'm going to use my hand to signal, like, go around, like that, like, go around. Tell me why these girls keep honking. And I'm like, are you guys, no shade, I'm like, are you guys like slow? Like, what is going on? So I get out of the car. And then immediately I hear somebody say, oh, she don't know where I'm from. And I was like, y'all must not be from around here because, first of all, me getting out of the car, you think I'm gonna start fighting? Like, I'm. We don't do that out here, especially in the type of like neighborhood we were in. It's just not that type of place at all. And so when I got out of the car and they were like, there was like 5 girls in there, like, oh, she don't know where I'm from. And then she like took her seatbelt off, and I'm just looking at them like, huh? It just blew my mind. And then when they drove off, I said, hey ladies, like, I'm parked right, I'm waiting for this car to go. Like, I'm signaling for you to go around. And they were like, oh. And I was just kinda looking at them. Like, I was kinda like doing like this. And I think they realized, like, okay. And then they go, well, we didn't know. By the way they were talking, by the way they were just doing everything, I was like, they are not from this city at all because they were ready to fight just because I got out the car. Clearly, that means something in other places. At least that's just my assumption because, like, when if somebody gets out of the car, I don't know. I don't know if I would have processed that as somebody who's ready to fight, especially in a city where it means it's go time. No, it does not mean that. If I have to get out for you to make 2 + 2 = 4. Oh, hi, Jaime. How are you? I can't sleep. Any tips? Breathe deep and count sheep. I'm serious. It works. It means it's good. Yeah, it does not mean that, Preston. Like, if I'm in my car and somebody gets out of the car, that's like my reason to stay in the car. Mm-mm. I'm getting up out. I'm staying up in that car. I'm locking my doors and I'm driving off. Yes, it does. Yeah. Preston, and that's why you got in that situation. Because why in the world would you get out of the car if somebody gets out of theirs? I mean, you're a guy, so I don't know. Maybe you felt challenged or tested. I just don't have. I mean, obviously, I don't know. I accepted that challenge. Preston, what if you had decided to say, no, not today, Satan, and rolled up your window, drove off, like, mm-mm, it's just not gonna work for me. What if they had a pum pum? Like, what if they, and I'm sure they did. Exactly. And I'm sure, were you by yourself? Mm-mm. Thanks, girl dad. See, yeah. And you got out of the car when there was multiple people. Yeah, no, different. I couldn't do it. I'm also a woman, so I know some girls who are about that life, like ready to fight. And I don't know, that's just very. It just. It's just. Anyway, judge not, said the Lord. Hi, Nimbus. As long as you're okay, but it'll get thrown out. See, but think about that though. Somebody who knows that they started it just for you to get out, respond, and then for them to try to spin it. Like, you gotta be mentally like not okay to be like, I'm gonna start a fight and then pretend somebody else was assaulting me. And that's what he wanted. He didn't know who it was gonna be, but it was you. And that's kind of just like what people who do that have nothing to lose. They were drunk. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they were drunk. A drunk person knows whether or not they started something or not. And he legitimately did that to provoke you. And you responded. And now, and then you got locked up. Like, don't let people bring you into their nonsense. He, whatever activities they wanted to be in, their plan was, we're gonna provoke somebody tonight. It did the chicken come first or the egg? Yes, the chicken came first. That's like asking who came first, the mother or the baby. Come on now. First of all, don't be coming in here demanding answers, Nimbus. Calm it down. Reel it in. I'm having a whole conversation and you over here talking about chicken or egg. Like, stay on topic. Anyway, let's talk about this lesson that I need y'all to understand. Which is so interesting because it segues, Preston, your situation segues into what I had to go through. And this lesson for me is about waiting until you can trust someone to share with them your information and resources. So the story starts like this. I was sitting in my room and I read an email from the owner of the co-working space that I go to. And I read, oh, hey, Sadiqa, I just made contact with this girl and she's a recruiter at this tech company and this, and that. And I told her that, you would be interested in shifting positions and getting into this and blah, blah, blah. And I said, absolutely, I'd love that. So then me and the girl connect on LinkedIn. We set up a time for us to meet on Zoom. We confirm the time. And the minute I get on a Zoom call with her, she almost like 30 seconds into the call reveals, actually, I got laid off from that job. And I'm just thinking, so why would you tell the owner of the co-working space that you're still in that role as if you could actually be a resource to me? And then and then she gets on the call and tells me that she actually doesn't have that role and she really can't do anything. Me, being the kind-hearted person that I am, end up revealing to her, let me back up a little bit. The owner of the co-working space initially wanted to bring her on board as a paid member, but there was another opportunity to just be an ambassador where you can just use the resources pretty much for free, but only certain people know about it. And I was introduced to it. The lesson learned here is that a total stranger pretended to not just the owner, but also me, that she had some type of resource. I end up giving up a resource for her for free, and she could do actually nothing for me in return. And I ended up telling the owner of the co-working space, hey, like, I think that was a little manipulative, and I don't know about you, but that's not someone that I would want to bring on board. Your business, your call. She goes, yeah, you're right. You know what? That's kind of weird. I don't know why she would say that. And then she emails me today to say, hey, I'm actually going to give her a chance. She told me she got laid off one day or two after we met. And I said, no, because she forgot on our Zoom call that she told me that she already knew she was going to get laid off. So she knew this was coming, lied to the owner, lied to me. We get on a call and she's like, yes, I can do this, I can do that. And I'm going to see if my connection there can still, bring you in. And then after the call, I realized, why would I give her all that information? If she is laid off, why would her friend give me priority over her when she was just at the company? Is this making sense to anybody? So I felt like a lesson was learned. Do not cast your pearl onto swine. Do not give your gems and resources to people unless you feel you can trust them. Because there's a whole lot of lip service going on. Whole lot of lip service. And I'm kind of just overly kind by nature. And having been in corporate and dealing with certain people, you learn early on that people aren't out here being nice. They'll do whatever, they'll say whatever to get ahead. And they don't really think twice. They think that's just how they have to be. But I have to take a page out of my other friend's book, and I'm gonna tell you, I guess I call her a colleague. I can't call her a friend. Yeah, walk all over you as well. Exactly. And the fact that I gave this complete stranger who lied an opportunity, like, she's going to come in here and do God knows what. We shall see. But that's my fault, and that's my lesson, right? And lessons are going to keep showing up in our lives until we learn them. Until we learn the lesson. And I felt stupid. I felt crunchy. I was like, why would I do that? But it's because I needed to slow down. I needed to process that conversation her and I had before I just gave up all that information, all the goodies. Here's the kicker. A girl that is in this same space, I joined this space about 7 months ago. And then about 3 months in, I posted on LinkedIn, oh, I've been at this space. It's this blah, 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 blah. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I posted it on LinkedIn. Then a colleague of mine who's in my speaking club messages me and says, hey, did I tell you about this? I was like, no. What, like, why are you commenting that on LinkedIn? I'm like, no, you did not tell me about this. And then she goes, oh my God, because I used to be an ambassador there too, but I left because of my job and blah, 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 blah. I was like, okay, cool. But the problem I have is that this is a girl who has been a part of my speaking club for like a year. We talk about everything under the sun together. I invited her to a New Year's Eve party. Like, her and I were going through the same type of stuff at the exact same time. And she did not share any of this information about this space with me. It's only by chance that her and I are in the same space. It's by coincidence, but she was never going to share that with me, ever. I just so happened to be brought in by somebody else. So that was a long-winded thing to say. Even people that you feel like sometimes even they will withhold resources because they either just want to keep it for themselves. They're concerned that you're going to walk all over them because someone did it to them in the past. Or that's just, I don't know. Like, unfortunately, I feel like I have to take a more of a, I don't want to say colder approach, but you just need to hold your pearls and wait till you can trust people. And this is my lesson. And every time I see both of these, mind you, I'm still cool with the girl that I've been talking to for a year or hanging out with or in the same club with for a year. But they are both my reminder that even someone that's seemingly close to you can withhold information, and then not to give it to strangers because they can be manipulative. Okay? So every time I see them on a weekly basis, because I go every Tuesday, they will remind me of why I shouldn't be a blabbermouth and tell everybody all the good stuff, because that's just the way sometimes. Not everybody's bad, but you have to wait to see who's good, pretty much. Hi, JR. So that's my lesson. And I had to kind of like go through it today to realize, but that girl who lied, she's smart. She finagled that so smooth. I'm hard to trick. Okay, she's a master saleswoman. I'm like, you are a saleswoman to the T. But the more schemes that come up, the more you remember. That's why people say it's not my first rodeo or I've been around the block, because the more you interact with people, the more you see ways about them and what's possible. People who kind of just use trickery and manipulation to get what they need. Some people genuinely feel like they have to do that. So I don't even hold it against them. I just realized this is literally how you feel like you have to survive. Trickery, manipulation, throwing people under the bus. Some people really think that's just how it works. And they don't think twice about it. Like, this girl is not losing sleep over what she said to get into where she's at now. Not at all. So, that's my lesson. What's your lesson? What did everybody, what's something that somebody learned? You want to know what's crazy? 2 weeks ago, I had asked the Divine Feminine, I said, please show me what kind of lessons I need to see in order to, like, whatever lessons I need to learn in this season, please show them to me, reveal them to me. I didn't think I was going to live the lesson. I thought I was, careful what you wish for. I didn't think I was going to live it. But really what happened is what was brought out of me. There was something that needed to be shown about me still. Life is just a big mirror. It's a big fat mirror, and it'll show you your flaws, your strengths, your weaknesses. It'll make you see it. And then it'll also force you to sharpen where you're weak. And so when I asked for lessons to be shown to me, it showed up in real life, in a real scenario. And I thought, damn, I didn't ask for it like this. But I needed to see it. I clearly needed to see it. JR said, does that make you see the worst in people before looking for the good, or do you just proceed with caution with everyone? I proceed with caution with everyone now. You know why? Because I have been burned, especially in corporate, with a lot of smiling faces, but a lot of manipulation behind it. I don't really have that in me though. They not like us. Like, I don't have that in me. I don't understand it. But again, some people just think they have to do that to get ahead. Or they've learned this is all corporate is. Maybe they were like me at one point and realized, oh, hell no. Like, you either play or get played. That could be their mentality, so they're just going to play. But that's why corporate really, I've never been really a good fit for corporate. Because I feel like you either play or get played. That's what it feels like. You either have to play a bunch of crazy games, manipulate people, throw them under the bus, or get played. But I've learned my lesson in corporate too. You want to know what those lessons are? I think I talked about this. Do just enough. Always have a smile on your face. Do just enough. Don't go over above and beyond. Don't do too little, do just enough. Keep a smile on your face. Because if you do too much, you'll intimidate your managers and they'll think you're coming for their job. They'll think you're coming for their job, which is how they all think, especially if they think you're smart. Yeah, self-preservation. Some people take it to the extreme. Big facts. Big facts. That's so true. And some people don't do it enough. There's some areas I think that have shown me I don't do it enough because but mind you, I wasn't looking at it as self-preservation. I was looking at it like, well, she told me that she just got laid off. You know, she can't afford to pay membership prices. What is an alternative to get into the space? And so she told this story and wrapped it up and then pretended she could provide this, gift in a bow. And then I thought it would be an even exchange, but it really wasn't. So that's why I wait for people to show me, put your money where your mouth is, and then I'll tell you what time it is. I'll tell you if there's any extra, if I plan to just show me who you are first. It's really kind of like how this lesson applies for everything across the board. You get a new job, you meet some new people, everyone seems cool in the first couple days, but they'll show you what time they're on. They will show you what time they're on. You get into a new relationship, everything's cool. I mean, hopefully nothing's too bad, but they'll show you what time they're on. Right? Not that they mean to be anything foul, but our true nature comes out all the time. But it's just kind of like that childlike spirit that I try to maintain, and this pureness that I try to maintain, giving people a chance, having a heart. But that really is only deserved for people who have earned it, is really what I've learned. What is your profession? My background is in recruiting and talent acquisition and customer service, but now I do MC and hosting. I MC and I host and moderate events around my city. So I started a business doing that. So yeah, that's what I was actually doing on Earth Day. I was hosting entertainment. Yeah, I guess you can call it entertainment. Yeah. I am the entertainment. Are you not entertained? Yeah. I'm a personality. Like, I gotta get out here. I gotta entertain. I have to use my voice. I have to use all the things. Thanks, JR. You didn't go live. No, I couldn't go live. I was just saying, like, they had me doing so much. Like, I didn't know if I was gonna host or MC that event or if I was going to do some other stuff. They had me doing a mixture of both. That's why I couldn't go live. And on top of that, because I didn't know like which one I was gonna do, because I didn't know which one I was gonna do, like I didn't have any scripts ready. I didn't practice. It was all on the fly. All on the fly. Aw, thank you. You certainly have the looks. You certainly have the voice. You definitely have the intelligence. Thank you, JR. I did get a lot of positive feedback from the audience yesterday, and it made me feel really good. So I appreciate that. I really do. So I try to remember that compliments that I receive are signals from the divine that I'm on the right track. So if you ever feel like you're off track, think about where people have given you compliments in your life and go back to that place, whether it was like compliments on how you started a new project or whatever it was. Just What kind of compliments have people given you over the years? Repetitive ones. Like growing up, people would always say, Sadiqa, you give really good advice. And I thought, interesting. And I thought, well, maybe I'll make a YouTube. Like at some point, I ended up making a YouTube channel to kind of do that. But I mean, in my yearbook, it was in my yearbook. It was in people said it to me, but and people used to write letters to me. Yeah, people wrote letters to me at the very, you know, like school ends and they're like, don't read it till you like graduate or don't read it till you get home or something. They write letters, and usually it was about, remember that one time you said that I should do this and blah blah blah, or that you told me advice about X, Y, and Z. Well, I did it, and then this happened, and then that happened, and I really appreciate it. Like multiple people have given me those letters. So what I say that to say, just recall your past and think about what compliments or observations have people made about you that were repetitive, and that'll help you get back on track. And the main point for doing that is because sometimes we can't really see ourselves like from a, like you are you. So everything that you do you think is normal, but the way other people perceive you is actually sometimes greater than how you perceive yourself. Thanks, Preston. I'm really liking this look on you. Thanks. Thanks. I just figured I'd give my hair a rest, honestly. Like, I've just been doing too much. Just need to let her breathe. We love each other. You know what's funny, Preston? The fact that you sound like a softie. Like you're 6'5" with tattoos, but you I can tell you are probably a lot more gentler than you probably look. Yeah. As much as I'll leave it at that. Are you jealous? Why would I be jealous? Jealous of what? What are you talking about? No, I'm saying, I mean, the fact that you're getting, like, I'm assuming that if I were to see you in person, the fact that you're that tall, tattoos on your neck, getting in fights, but then I read your comments, it doesn't really match. You sound like a softie. Then again, we've got multiple sides of ourselves. Of course, the bun and glasses is my #1. Look, I love on you, but this is definitely a good look too. Because we love each other, that's why. Preston, what are you talking about? Ay, Dios mío. Yeah, so I dedicate this song to my beautiful people. My beautiful people. Come and sing along, yeah. Do 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 do. Yeah. So that's my lesson, and I hope you guys received something from it. I also hope that you recall how people have complimented you over the years to help you get back on track. It's cold. Let me put this blankie around my shoulders. Do you travel a lot? So just up until this year, I have not I haven't traveled this year. But literally, like, usually every year I go somewhere, whether it's just like a new state in the U.S. or a new country. But this year I've had to kind of like rebuild my foundation, you know? Like I knew 2025 would be a building year for me. Like as soon as I came back to Colombia, from Colombia, I was like, okay, I need to rebuild. Like I need to get my life together. I went to Colombia with no job, by the way. I hadn't started my business. I hadn't done anything. I was laid off. I wasn't laid off, excuse me. That's not true. I I walked away from a job that was just really, really bad for my health, mental health. Not knowing how the job market was, and then I walked into a really, really bad job market. So, it's I know you didn't ask for all these details, but I'm just giving you the tea. And that's when I learned that I could make money doing other people's social media, so I started doing that. Anyway, so but because I'm rebuilding and starting and doing my business, I've just been focusing on doing that and seeing success here before I hop on a plane somewhere. What is your dream vacation? My dream vacation, ooh. I want to go to Thailand, and I want to also go to Greece. Yeah, South Africa. Rob, you are doing too much because you over here commenting. We should all go to Thailand to get some lady boys. Preston, I knew it. Why those places? Hold on, let me get at Rob real fast. Don't be on my videos commenting that crazy stuff you just commented. Okay, because I don't know what you're talking about, and it's just not. It's just like, why? Why are you doing that? It's just not okay for me. Like making comments about like I'm somehow in some type of abusive relationship. Like, that's messy. Rob, you probably do. He probably does, but that's messy, you know. And then to keep saying it. Anywho. So anyway, thank you, JR. Thank you for some regular conversation. I love the way you speak. It's relaxing. It's nice to hear a woman who can clearly communicate her thoughts and make it sound so sexy. Yeah, stop. Because you're irritating me, Rob. Anyway. I you know, I don't understand. Here's what I will end with. Because I'm gonna end it. I have a new show that I'm watching, so I'll need to end. Well, it's always a pleasure to see you and listen to you speak. I'll say good night. Thank you, JR. I appreciate that. What show is that? I'll share another day. I'm only like half an episode in, so we'll see if it's even worth reporting on. But it's on Prime Video, so I'll either watch it or I'll read a book. I think maybe I'll read my book. Anyway, y'all, I plan to post my videos weekly now. Lives are cool, but I need to get my like substance content back out because I think it's really just important for people to understand what my channel is about. And obviously they can watch my lives to listen, but I think the lives, they tend to kind of go everywhere, which is fun for us, but for others who need to understand, you know, who specifically look for content to like listen to advice and get what the meat and bones of what my channel is about, they will need to see more edited content for me. So that's what I'm going to be focusing more on. So I don't think I'll go live less. I think my live is just going to be a little bit shorter. So usually I can go live for like 2 hours or something, but I'm not even an hour in and I'm about to end it. So it just depends. It'll depend. You work tomorrow? So I actually kind of work every day, but I don't have a traditional job. So like today I went to the coffee shop and I got work done, but it's not like, oh, I go into an office and go to work. It's different. I try to give myself a day of doing nothing, but when you have a business and you're trying to make, get more clients, you have to always be kind of getting your clientele in. And so yeah, I do a little bit of work every day. That sounds amazing, to be honest. I'm gonna be real with you. The trade-off is definitely pros and cons. The pros are I'm not on anybody's clock. The cons are trying to get that consistent like income. But I think overall it's been good. And like there's no ceiling, you know what I mean? I can do as much as I want. It's input output. Whereas a job, no matter how much work you do, you're getting the same hourly, same salary. Well, at least for an hourly, you get time and a half in California. At least there's that. But I'm tired of my job. All this truck driving ish isn't it. What are you good at? I know truck driving people say you can make a lot of money in it, but what are you good at? You know, what do you like to do? Think about that. I feel like I was forced into this season of focusing on what do I actually like to do. I'm good at it. Okay. That's good. Do you like it? Actually, my question shouldn't have been what are you good at? The question should have been what do you like to do? If you didn't have to worry about money, what would you be spending your time doing? That's a question we all need to ask ourselves. If money wasn't an issue at all, what would you be spending your time doing? Do that and figure out how to monetize it. Because there's always a way. Open roads is nice, but with the president opening up the borders, too many drivers. Our current president opening up the borders? I think you got the wrong president. That man is not opening up no borders. He said, everybody out. You must be talking about the last president. Traveling is what I do. Vacation, exactly. Interestingly enough, my vacation content gets lots of views. So if you like vacation and make videos. Vacation and show people how you're able to, like, there's people who are like they'll start a travel agency, right? So they can show other people how to travel on a budget, or, you know. Hi, Jill Hayes. So, I feel like, yeah, this season has kind of called me and forced me into doing things that I like to do. I'll tell you the show after I finish at least 2 episodes. Oh, but you know what else I'm watching? Love on the Spectrum. Did I already tell you guys that? Love on the Spectrum on Netflix. It's nice because there are people who have autism and they're looking to be, find their match, and they're going on dates, and it's just so nice to watch people who are just, different, but they're just authentic. They don't have those social cues that we have, which really what it is they don't have a filter, so they just express themselves 100% most of the time. And so they're all their feelings are authentic. If they like someone, they just think, oh my god. Like, there's this guy, I think his name is Connor. He's so dramatic. He's like, Georgie, like, he's on his date with this girl named Georgie, and he goes, Georgie, I don't know how to say this, but you're making me so nervous. He's so cute. And he'll walk away and be like, where have you been all my life? Like, but he's serious. He's so cute. And he's like, I don't know, I just thought, can we, how do I say this? If I could just, can we maybe kiss? It's so sweet, because really it's like children who can talk and express their ideas, and they just fully share their feelings, and I think it's the most adorable thing ever. And I feel like, what if more of us did that, especially when it comes to love? Nowadays people are so busy trying to not get played or do the playing, or I don't want to be the weak person. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at that. I'm only laughing because A, it was random, B, I don't know if you're trolling or not, and C, my goodness. Thank you, Alvin. Street sweepers and the plane. Yo, I can't honestly, I'm looking forward to the day where I'm living in a suburb. I'm gonna give myself another year and I'll be living in a suburb. Because I'm just done. I'm done with the noise. The noise had its time. When I was living with my parents, I told them, I want to live downtown. I want to be where the scene is at. You know, that was just me living with my parents. And I definitely got that. 4.5 years in, I'm ready for some quiet. It's 11 p.m. So really it's not that late. I feel you on that. Yeah. Don't let anybody tell you the suburbs are not where it's at. It is exactly where it's at. Parking, quiet. What else could you ask for? Your own garage. You know, I was just driving down sorry, I'm reading these comments. I was just driving down my street and I saw this massive apartment complex that was being built. I mean, massive. Mind you, they built one next to it and one across the street from it. So this area is going to get really, really, really condensed and crowded. I mean, it's already a headache, but it's about to get 10 times worse because of I mean, there's at least 500 units that they just built. At least 500 units on an already congested street. They bulldozed every single restaurant on this street to put in this massive apartment complex. And I drive by it every day. They're almost done with it. They're gonna open up fall of this year. They're finally at the point where they can put the sign opening fall 2025. But I was just driving home from that street about 3 hours ago. And I just remember thinking to myself, why on God's green earth would I want to live in a little box in an apartment complex where there's like 499 other people next to me? Like that's where, especially in California, that's exactly California, big cities in California, San Diego, Los Angeles, San Francisco, like all these major cities in California, that is what they want. Everybody to be in these shoe boxes. And I just thought, I was just looking at it like, am I supposed to think luxury? Like no. Luxury is a backyard and a front yard and a parking garage. That's luxury. Yeah, exactly. More than 2K actually. 2K is a steal out here. But yeah, it's actually insane. So when I look at it, it's like they would rather build apartment complexes than houses. Oh, it's to fit more people. And I don't think mind you, they're apartments, they're not condominiums, so no one can buy one. No one can buy them because these hospitals and these large banks, they're the ones buying them. And they're going to charge about $3,200 for rent. It's going to be insane. And I mean, I can't even believe how crowded it's about to get. When they were in the middle of the construction, I'd be at the Jamba Juice across the street from it, and I'm like, do you realize, I'm talking to the person behind the counter, I'm like, do you realize just how crazy congested this whole neighborhood's about to get? And she's just like, I'm trying not to think about it. I'm trying not to think about it. It is going to be a shit show. Like, I'm not even gonna want to drive in this neighborhood anymore. I'm gonna want to take an Uber, ride my bike, which is what they want anyway. They're trying to push public transportation. They're gonna make it so bad to the point where you don't even want to drive anymore. Looks like you got some new neighbors coming soon. I'm a Watts baby. Oh, wow. I was just driving through LA and I thought, man, no one talks about Watts anymore. Like, I used to hear about Watts a lot more, but I'm like, does anyone even live in Watts? It's like a city that no one talks about anymore. So, I say all that to say that really the future of metropolitan cities is putting people in shoeboxes that they can't own. We're moving into a what do they call it? A system of not owning anything. Everything's going to be subscription based and everyone's going to be in apartments. Mind you, not condominiums. You can buy a condominium, but you can't buy an apartment. And all they are building are apartments. They're not building condos. So that should be the main thing that people are noticing. Okay, good night, Preston. So, yeah. That being said, shoot for the suburbs. Or shoot for a city, a less congested city, less busier city, and then just drive to the city. Like a lot of people I know who live in, let's say, like Atlanta, they'll say, I just live in a town 30 minutes outside of Atlanta, or an hour even. And they'll have like a full, 2-story house, 3-bed, 2-bath, 4-bed, 3-bath for a cheap price. And then they'll just drive like an hour to get to Atlanta. I do that too. Because you can't put a price on quiet, backyard, front yard. I'm not trading that for anything. Parking. Atlanta sucks. Was there last year. Why does it suck? That's my thing. Like, I would just, if I lived in Georgia and I was near the Atlanta area, I would just live in a city 30, 45 minutes outside of Atlanta and just drive to the city if I wanted some fun, if I wanted, that nightlife. But I would just pay for my massive house. That's probably like half the price anyway. And then just drive to the city. It's a no-brainer. And have a garden. Like, come on now. My priorities have changed, y'all. Like, I have completely reset my priorities. I used to want the high-rise downtown loft, but I don't want that anymore. I want the suburbs and a garden. That's what I'm dreaming about tonight. In my 9th floor apartment. That, mind you, I manifested. This downtown life, I really did. But I want to re-manifest something else. I used to go to bed with this, thinking about the view that I have. Not knowing how I was going to get it. But I went to sleep imagining the view. And it's right in my living room. But, things change, and then you wanted something else. And now it's time for me to manifest my front yard, my backyard, and everything else. Plus, when this earthquake hit, I'm not trying to be on nobody's 9th floor. I'm not trying to be, these high rises downtown that are like 25 floors, 25 feet. I'm not, in California, we get these earthquakes. Child, I'm not trying to be on the 25th floor. Whole building swaying. No, it's a no. It is a huge no. Anyway, this keeps shaking. All right, y'all. I'm gonna end it there. Um, think about the lessons that keep showing up in your life. If you feel like you're off track, think about the compliments and observations people have pointed out to you to help you get back on track. That is part of your purpose. And shoot for the suburbs. All right, y'all. I will see you next time. Thank you for liking the video and thank you for tuning in, checking out my edited video content. And I will see you guys in the next live. And I will be posting a video hopefully this week, an edited video. Okay, see you next time. Bye.